Hey guys, welcome back for another episode. This episode has been a long time coming. I get asked about this a lot. I'm a huge NES collector, and I've almost got a full set. But what we're going to do here is we're actually going to go through and kind of take a look at all the games I have, talk about some memories I have with the games, talk about which ones I actually need, and then I'll also show you guys what we use to stream the NES games as well as the two or three different consoles that I use normally. So this is going to be quite a long video, so hopefully you guys are interested in this. If not, you're going to hear a lot about NES and Famicom stuff you probably don't care about. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to jump in over here on the top left with the black box games. Let's check it out. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and jump in here just to start off. So a lot of people always ask kind of how many do you have, how long you've been collecting. I've been collecting NES games pretty seriously since probably like 2000, 2001. A lot of these games I do actually have from when I was a kid, but I didn't actually start pursuing a full set until that time. Just to let everyone know, as of today, which is we are in August of 2018, I'm at 670 license carts of a total 687. And I know a lot of you people are going to say, well, there's not that many licensed games, but I also am collecting things that have different variant labels. So, for example, Castlevania has a 3-screw and a 5-screw. In addition to that, Blades of Steel has a red label, also has a gray label, so stuff like that I am trying to collect. I did not decide to do both the 5 and the 3-screw versions of the black box games, so instead I just went for the full 5-screw set here, which I think they look a little bit better. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and jump in here at the start. We're going to kind of start this here, and then as we go on, I'll kind of carry the camera and go through some of it and kind of see what we have. So we're going to go ahead and start here with the black box games. I also wanted to add, for unlicensed, there's a total of 97 different unlicensed games. I'm currently at 66 of those 97. So I need about 17 licensed games to finish up my set as far as license goes. That's, again, different variants, things like that. And I need about 31 unlicensed games. And that's including things like Caltron and the Color Dreams games, things like that. All right, let's get started. Alright, so we're going to go ahead started here at the beginning. Pretty much the whole collection is in alphabetical order with the exception of these black box games. I don't know why I decided to do it this way. I just like the way it looks. A lot of these 5-screw games kind of have the themes that look a lot alike, and these are mostly early life NES games anyways. So to me they look a lot better kind of in the front. The main difference for anyone who cares, if you look at a game like Wrecking Crew here, the 5-screw it's got literally 5 screws on it and then no tabs here on the sides. Whereas if you look at a normal game, like 1943 here, we see it's got 3 screws and then it has these little sandwich, or little clip tab things here on the top. So that's the main difference there. Now there are some games beyond the black box games that have 5 screws. We'll see, like Athletic World has it. But we'll go ahead and jump into the black box games and move on from there. So first one I have up here is 10-Yard Fight. Again, we're not going to go through all of them, but to kind of show you what the black box games are. They got the black labels, and they came in boxes that were simply just black, so that's why they get that name. I didn't have a lot of the black box games as a kid. I had things like Duck Hunt, but my Duck Hunt was on a Mario Brothers Duck Hunt kind of combo cartridge. But some of the better games here are Balloon Fight. We've got Baseball, Clue Land. This is one I made, so this wasn't one that came out here. So this is Devil World. Came out, I believe, I think it was PAL only or Japan only, I can't remember, but basically we never got this game, but it's actually pretty fun, so I went ahead and made this on a repro board and repro cart, so there we go. Okay. Beyond that, let's see, we've got Donkey Kong. They really like Donkey Kong, Donkey Kong Jr., Donkey Kong Jr. Math. This one's getting insanely hard to find. I got kind of lucky when I got mine. It wasn't super expensive at the time, but now it's insane. I did have Excite Bike. I did have Golf as a kid. Ice Climber I did not have as a kid, but there's a lot of good ones. Mario Brothers, regular Mario Brothers is really fun. I'm actually lucky enough to have the full-size arcade cabinet of this up at Flippin' Great Pinball. Really fun game. Popeye, I had the arcade board for that as well. Stack Up is another one. Kind of an uncommon game. Worked with Rob the Robot. Cool thing about Stack Up is every single version of Stack Up that you could buy actually has the Famicom to NES adapter. So if you open this up, you can feel the cart's kind of heavy, but in here there's a little 60 to 72 pin connector here, which is why it's a little bit heavier. So really cool. If you're looking to play Famicom games, you can always open this up and kind of borrow that, but please don't modify this cart. It's super hard to find. Kind of want to leave those as stack ups. Obviously Super Mario Brothers, we don't really need to say anything about that, but really fun game. Actually kind of hard for me to find that in a 5-screw that wasn't completely pink and sun faded. Tennis is good. Urban Champion's good. Volleyball, surprisingly fun game. This is pretty cool. Volleyball. Wild Gunman's fun. Wrecking Crew, really, really fun game. Didn't have this one as a kid, but I do have it now on my red tent. Really, really super fun game. So really, really fun. We can check that out at a later date on the red tent. You actually get to play against each other on either side. Really, really great game. So that's pretty much going to cover the black box games. Again, not too much to say that already hasn't been said 5 billion times, but these are why I have them at the front. I just think they look nice. All the labels are very similar, very pleasing to the eye. So now what we'll do is we'll go ahead and pick the camera up, and we're going to kind of go through the whole list. Not talk about every single game, but just talk about ones that took me a hard time to find, or I had them as a kid, or just some kind of memories about them. So let's go ahead and get started here with 3D World Runner. Alright, we've gone handheld. So we're starting here with 3D World Runner. We're just going to kind of go through some of these here and talk about some of the highlights I have. 1942, 1943 are great. This one here, Pugsley's Scavenger Hunt, is actually super hard to find. Took me a while to find one that wasn't all chewed up here. These are the D&D games. There's 4 of them for the NES. As you can see here, this label's pretty much non-existent. The front of it's okay, actually. Here, I'll kind of show you this one. The front's great. Here's the lens. I believe this is the most expensive one, too. I could be wrong. I know Hills Far is pretty expensive, too, but I'm not super picky on labels. Like, I'd love to have a better label for this. I mean, that label's still there. When you're paying for games, if you're going to be paying full retail price, try to get one as good as you can. I'm really bad with pricing. I constantly have to kind of go online and look at stuff, but again, I'm not super terrible unless it's a really sought after or expensive game. If I'm paying full retail, I'd rather have the label be good. Beyond that, we got Bayou Billy, Adventure Island 2 and 3. Dino Ricky's fun. The Lolo games, I actually didn't have these as a kid. I kind of grew up to love them as I got them later. Lolo 3 took a while to find. A local collector got that in a deal and traded me something for that. Rad Gravity's pretty okay. I had the Famicom game of this for a while. It's pretty cool. Tom Sawyer. And then we come down here to, got Air Fortress and Airwolf. Alfred Chicken took me a long time to find. Alien 3 is fun. American Gladiators I had as a kid. I used to rent that a bunch. I always wish it was a little bit better, but it's still pretty good. Arkanoid's good. I am still looking for the controller for this, the spinner controller. Super expensive controller. So here's an example of a game that has both a 3 and a 5 screw. So we can see here, there's Athletic World, labels on there, and then we also have this one here, which this one actually is a little bit different. So this is the same game, but see up here we have the Family Fun Fitness, and it's 5 screw. And again on this one, it's just Athletic World. And I know that's really stupid to buy the same game, but the sticker is different. But welcome to the world of NES collectors. So next to that, this is a really fun game. It's not that great, but I enjoy it. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Back to the Future 1 and 2, really not good. Got some other stuff here. Yeah, I got Barbie. Gotta have Barbie. Bard's Tale. Moving down here. Gonna move the camera a little bit so it's a little easier to follow. We've got Trick Shooting, Baseball Simulator. Baseball Stars is really fun. Bases Loaded is an incredible series. I like Game Boy Bases Loaded a little bit better. Batman Returns, and Return of the Joker is great. Just so a lot of people are aware of this, on the Sunsoft Return of the Joker game, if you look at the back, it's actually kind of cool. I don't know if it'll pick up, but it's got like a Sunsoft logo actually in the plastic. So cool little feature if you have that game and want to check it out. Okay, back here we have Battle Chess, which is fun. Battletoads, and Double Dragon. Some of the more expensive games I have, I put in these little clear sleeves so they don't get messed up. Best of the Best took me a while to find. Beetlejuice, not that great. Bigfoot, pretty fun. Bionic Commando's great. Blades of Steel. I actually have this complete in box, which is why the other one's not on here, but this is the harder to find red label one. I don't know if this is like a greatest hits or why they made a different label, but that front label there is red. Okay. Blaster Master, of course, can't go without Blaster Master. Moving further down here, got Blue Marlin, Blues Brothers, Bomberman 1 and 2, got a box on there. Let's see what else we got. Bucky O'Hare, really fun game. Burger Time's great. Bram Stoker's is fun. Captain America and the Avengers, Captain Planet. Castellion's okay. Keeping it moving. Castle Quest, Castlevania. So you can see there the two label differences. If we zoom out a little bit here, we can see one is a 5-screw, one is a 3-screw. Castlevania 2 and 3. When we get to talk about homebrews later on, I'm going to show you a cool thing about Castlevania 2. Caveman games, got the championship games. Rescue Rangers 1 and 2. Chubby Cherub took a while to find. Let's see what else we got. Cliffhanger. That's a rare cliffhanger where the label's actually not completely falling off. Color of Dinosaur, really horrible game, but gotta have it. Cool World, a little uncommon. Alright, down to the other row. Sorry, lighting's getting worse down here, but this is really low on the floor. But you can see the games here. We have Contra Force next to Contra. Darkwing Duck. Darkman. Pretty good stuff. Double Dare is kind of uncommon. Defenders of Dynatron City's cool. Cool name, not a great game. And this will be the darkest one. Hopefully it'll pick up. I wish I had more light down here for you guys, but this will be the worst of the tours just because of the light. All the Dragon Warriors, Dragon's Lair, DuckTales 1 and 2. Fun games. And that's pretty much going to do it for the first shelf. So let's head up to shelf number 2.